Hello everyone, I'm Polumi from Edureka. I welcome you all to our session on Power BI dashboards. Dashboards are vital for better decision making. They can be dynamic and interactive, which allows you to use filters to view the data that best suits your needs. We are going to be covering most topics on Power BI dashboards. Let's crack on because we have a lot of materials to get through, so get comfy. Let's take a look on today's agenda. What is Power BI dashboard? Why are Power BI dashboards powerful? Hands-on on creating a Power BI dashboard. Advantages of Power BI dashboards. Disadvantages of Power BI dashboard. Power BI dashboard examples. And why organizations use Power BI dashboards. But before we go ahead, if you like our video, do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to never miss any update from Edureka channel. Also, if you're looking for any online certification course, do check out our link in the description below. So let's get started. What is Power BI dashboard? A Power BI dashboard is quite simple to understand. It's a single page story that is connecting multiple data sets, making it visually and conceptually meaningful. This one-page visualization in a dashboard is also known as a canvas. Dashboards gather data from multiple sources and systems, then combine them into a single interface for a detailed overview of the business. So to simplify, a single page visualization with multiple charts and graphs to tell a story is called a Power BI dashboard. Let's take an example to understand it more clearly. Suppose a business organization wants to gain profit more, so it can use customer segmentation dashboard. These types of dashboard will give the business organization a view of their customer details like most customer gender or age range to target in such an intelligent way that helps them to take beneficial decisions right away. They can share the dashboard with other departments like finance in a customized way that can ensure organization most precious asset, that is data security. Why are dashboards powerful? Number 1, data transparency. Data is any company's most important asset. However, it's of no use if no one can understand or access it. A well-designed dashboard provides on-demand access of important metrics. Number 2, access to data. A dashboard gathers multiple data sources, including Excel, into a single interface, meaning to see a detailed overview of your business in one quick glance. It reduces time to compile reports, so overall saving your time. Number 3, interactivity. Some of the best dashboards provide a dynamic experience rather than a static, boring information. You can filter data, interact with charts to see changes over time. This means that you can get as much or as little detail on specific metric. Better decision making. Dashboards provide an unbiased view of each department. So each department can have access to the dashboard and can provide a foundation for further dialogue and great decision making. For example, the sales and marketing department can align their data and experiences to increase customer acquisition and improve demand generation. Hands-on on creating a Power BI dashboard. Now here we are going to create a Power BI dashboard, but number one thing to be remember is we cannot create a dashboard in Power BI desktop. We can create a report there. So first step to do is to create a report. We have this following things going on in the Power BI desktop. Here is where we create the visuals. Here is where we can see the data. And in this segmentation, we can see the data relation. So the lookup table, the center table and everything. So that helps to understand the data. And here we can see the data in an Excel format, so you can see and analyze data, and here is where we are creating the visualization. So first you need to get the data. So here you can see there are many data sources. Although I'm going to be using Excel, but I want to show you there are so many data sources you can connect to. So data sources, there can be a lot of data sources like Azure, database, Power Platform, online services, and lots more. So you can connect to them and then create your visualization. I have my database already, you can see. So first I'm going to choose my chart that I want. So I want KPI, and I'm going to take sales, and for the trend axis I'm going to take date. So as you can see from this visualization that the area chart in the background represents trend of sales over time. So the back of there you can see this is the trend of sales with time, and the figure that is 12 million is the sales for the last month. So you can resize your visual according to your theme and your choice. Also, what you can do is you can take advantage of format your visual, and you can change the call out value for the 12 million. So I'm going to change it to purple color. You can see I've changed it. It's just for the theme for your report and just to keep it aesthetically pleasing. So right now, after creating one chart, I'm going to show you how I create even more. So right now I'm going to go back to build visual and going to choose pie chart. And for the pie chart, I'm going to take discount by month name. So, okay, so this was actually sales with date. I can just go back, let it be KPI format only. So if you click the visual, then if you choose any visualization, you can change it. Definitely you have to click back and then choose another chart. So I'm going to choose pie chart and then take discounts by month name, and here is my discount by month name. I can resize it, I can change the font color or anything. And now let's create even more visualizations. So let's take the scatter chart. And for this, you can see the x-axis, y-axis, legend. I'm going to choose profit for x-axis. For y-axis, I'll choose discounts. For the legend, I'm going to choose product. And for the size, I'm going to choose gross sales. So here you can see I have created this bubble chart, or you can say scatter chart. Going to resize it, and then that's how we are creating our visuals. You can create even more. Let's take line and stacked column chart and select country and gross sales. So we have our scatter chart. You can change the colors of it according to your theme. So suppose if you have yellow and black theme going on, then you might want to stay in a yellow and black theme. Although I have a colorful theme, so I would keep like that. It's just for aesthetics, and it's great if you have good aesthetics to your dashboard and reports. Now, after creating that, what we are going to do is we want to publish this report. So after you are done importing your data set, then choosing visualization, x-axis, y-axis, and then we are creating so many visuals. And then I'm going to show you a cool feature that we can do here is if you click on any single segment on this, every other segments of the other charts are going to correlate with that. And this process is called filter. This filter can only be done on reports. We cannot do it on a dashboard. So if you click on any segment, you can see how it's correlating with other data. So you can play around with the data, understand the data even more. It's quite interesting to do, and it's visual, so definitely it's easy to do. Very easily you can understand the data and how it's going on and the modeling aspect of it as well. Now after this process, what we want to do is just double click on any chart, then you'll be back to your default. And after creating our visual, we want to publish our report. So all you have to do is click on the publish in the home button, and then you have to click on save, and then just give a name to your report. So I'm going to give it new report and then save it. After saving, you have to choose your workspace where you want to publish it. So I'm going to choose my workspace, and then it's going to publish it. So what's happening here is the online Power BI service is uploading my report in the cloud. So I'll be able to use it. So here you can see a link, right? If you click this link, then you will be directed to the online Power BI service, and you'll be able to open your report there. But one thing to remember is you need to already log in into your account. If you don't do that, you won't be able to access the report. This is just for the security aspect. Now, just because we are talking about this, I also want to mention the fact that why we are using dashboard, why not report? Because as you can see, our report has almost same aesthetics and look, meaning like dashboard. Then why are we using dashboard? So you may want to share your file to your colleague, but if we share our report, they have access to the data and then can make changes. So in other words, there is no security. So the best way to share your report is via the PBI service, that is the Power BI service. And to do this, we need to be logged in into our Power BI account in Power BI desktop. Then on the home button, we have to click publish and then select workspace. So what happens in this process is Power BI is uploading the data up to the cloud in Power BI online service, and you have to click on the link to open it, and you will be able to see your report in Power BI browser. And here we are. So I'm not going to click the link because it will take me to a browser where I'm not logged in. As you can see, it will take me to app.powerbi.com, which is the correct website for the online Power BI. But since I'm not logged in here, so I won't be able to access my report. See, I won't be able to access my report. So what I'll do is I'll just go to my browser where I'm logged in, and I'm going to show you where is my report now. So this is my account. I'm logged in here. It's very important you to have an account here. And then when I click my space where I actually published it, you can see new report. This is my report which I created. And if you look at the report, you can see it's as it is as what I created on my desktop, right? There is no changes. So this is my report, but I am in the online Power BI service website. And right now I'm going to show you how I'm creating dashboard with this report. So I hope you understood how we are publishing the report and how our report is getting directly accessed in the Power BI service directly by using a link. Now after this point, we are going to talk about creating a dashboard. So to create a dashboard, all you need to do is you can just click on edit on your report, and then you can change the visualization for any chart according to your choice. But if you don't want to change any visualization, you can let it stay like that. You can do a lot of things here as well. So after this point, what we want to do is we want to pin the chart. So here you'll see an option, right? This pin visual. So I'm going to click this and I'm going to create a new dashboard. If you already have any existing, you can go ahead with existing. So I'm going to name it It's New. Okay, so this is my dashboard and I'm going to pin this. Again, I'm going to pin more visuals here. So I'm going to pin this one as well. I'm going to pin this one as well. And this gauge visual as well. So after you're done pinning the visuals, you just go to your dashboard. You don't need to make any changes to your report, and you will be able to see your visuals, right? So here are your visuals. You can resize it according to your theme to make it more aesthetically pleasing, and it just helps you to make your dashboard more interesting. So here I'm going to resize it, and you can easily align it. There are so many advanced options to align it, and that's how I'm creating my dashboard. All right, so this is my dashboard. Now what I'm going to show you is some cool features that you can play around with your data on online Power BI service. So after creating the dashboard from the report, you might want to share your dashboard. So all you have to do is click on share, and then you have to enter the name or email address of the user, and then you can choose the options what you want to do with your dashboard. So allow recipients to share this dashboard. If you want them to share, you can check it or else uncheck it. So these are the options. And allow recipients to build content with the data associated with this dashboard. If you want the user to do this, you can let it be checked or else unchecked. But make sure that whomever you're sharing this dashboard with, they have online Power BI account, right? That's most important because there is some security aspect to it as well. So that's what the great thing about online Power BI service. So after sharing, I want to show you some cool features of online Power BI service. So first thing that is very good about it is the Q&A. Okay, so here you can see ask a question about your data. So this Q&A feature is very interesting. All you have to do is write a question. Probably I'm going to write total sales. So I want to know the total sales. So I'm going to enter that, and you can see there's a figure, right? So I don't have to understand the data model, the structure of the data and everything. I just have to write the question and I get the accurate direct answer to it. So that's pretty cool, and it definitely allows you to get quick answers to your questions without understanding the visualization or model structure. So definitely. Now, another cool feature on the online Power BI service is that the quick insights. So for the quick insights, all you have to do is go to your workspace, and then whichever report you just created, you have to right click on that, and you have an option called quick insights. You have to click on quick insights. So let me tell you what quick insights does. So it shows us unfamiliar data, undiscovered data. It runs a sophisticated algorithm against your data set. So definitely things that we might not able to see are important. Quick Insights does that for us. So why not? It's a very cool feature. You can see there are so many data that actually we didn't create on our visualization, but these are so important. So Quick Insights does that for our report. Now we are going to be talking about how workspaces separate insights of report for each group. So workspace is another tool which is very interesting, helps us to do a lot of cool things like specifying the group. So let me tell you what it is. So workspace are where you will place your reports based on who you want to see it. So in other words, they are a group of certain people who will see certain piece of analysis. So some insights might only be for specific group. Workspaces can separate these reports for each group. So what you have to do this is go to workspace, create a workspace, and then you have to upload a picture for your workspace. Then name your workspace, give a description for what we can do here, and then save it. So that's how you're creating a workspace. It's quite great tool because it's actually specifying the department. Suppose if I only want my dashboard to be seen by the accounts department because it's all related to accounts, then I'm going to do that. The workspace helps me to do that. Now we are going to talk about how to direct access a user on workspace. So yes, this is another important thing that we can do on the online Power BI service. All you have to do is go to your space. I'll go to my space, and whatever report I created, right click on that, and then manage permission, go to direct access, add user, and then you can name or write the email address of the user who you want to give access to. And you can also check and uncheck these options according to your choice and then grant access. So this is yet another amazing feature on online Power BI. So these are the things that we can do definitely. And now I'm going to show you the PPT to summarize it to you, that what we did right now on the hands-on, so you get an idea what we need to do, but in a summarized way. So as I showed you on the hands-on, how to build a report. So on building a report, first is you have to import dataset in Power BI desktop. And to import dataset, all you have to do is select your dataset, choose your data source like Azure, Excel, etc. And then you can see the data modeling where we can see how data is related to other data, like, the lookup tables. And then make changes to data. You can do some query change and etc. So yeah. And the next step is build visualization using dataset. So you have to choose visual. As we saw in the hands-on, we choose probably a KPI and then select x-axis and y-axis, or we can see the trend axis with that, like sales by date, and then apply visual. So we click on format visual. Here we have choices to change the font color, font size. We can do a lot of things there. Suppose we have a bar chart and we want to change the color of it to match with our theme. As I said, our visual has to be aesthetically pleasing. We can do that using format visual. Now the next is resize the visualization. So definitely this is very important in the process of building a report, because if you don't resize your visualization, it might look less pleasing aesthetically. So we need to follow the alignment, follow the theme, follow the order for that. And the last step to build a report is publish your report. So you have to select publish from the home tab and then select destination, the workspace where you want to publish. And then you get a link, right? And if you click the link and you already are logged in into your account, then you can open your report directly from there. But if you're not logged in, you have to log into your Power BI online service and then open the report, as I showed you in the hands-on example. So these are in a compressed way how to build a report. So it's what we discussed right now. And then we are going to talk about the difference between report and dashboard. So first is dashboards are one page, report are multiple pages. Dashboards has single or multiple data set, report has single data set. Dashboards can't be filtered, report can be filtered, as we saw in the hands-on how we can click on one segment and other charts are also correlating with that each segment. So definitely it can't be done on the dashboard but can be on the report. And the last is dashboard is not available in Power BI desktop, but report can be done in the Power BI desktop. So how to publish a Power BI report? These are the steps in a compressed way. We have to publish from the home tab and then select our workspace, log into Power BI online service, and then from there we have to open our workspace in the online service and then open the report. Why share dashboard, not report? As we saw in the hands-on example, sharing a dashboard can be a risk to the data for a company. So for any organization, their data is their most precious asset. So these are some points as to why share dashboard but not report. Number one is everyone you share it with can see your dashboard and interact with your reports, but they cannot save changes to existing reports. Everyone can see the changes that you make because we have this tool called refresh. If you make any change to the dashboard and refresh it, the other person whom we shared the dashboard with can see the updated changes. And number four is no one can see or download the dataset, which is a great thing for any organization since for them their dataset is quite important. Now to summarize, suppose a business organization strategies for annual sales monthly wise. So first it's going to import Power BI report and then it's going to change visualizations as per choice. And then it's going to pin the tiles for the dashboard and then resize the tiles in their dashboard. So that's how they are building a dashboard and being able to strategy for annual sales monthly wise. Now these are some top features of Power BI service. As we discussed in the hands-on examples, the quick insights give us some unfamiliar and undiscovered data which are very important for an organization, and it's quite wonderful and cool tool to deal with in the Power BI service. And the next is raw level security. This is for the aspect where we want to share data to some aspect of the region and not to all. For example, if we want to share our dashboard with accounts department, so for those kind of customized security level, we use the raw level security. And number third is Q&A. Q&A is another cool feature where you'll be able to write your question and get direct answer to it. You don't have to understand the visualization or any model structure, but you will be able to get data from Q&A very easily. The next point is advantages of Power BI dashboard. So number one is it extracts insights and draw conclusion. So for the first advantage, as we saw in the hands-on example, business organization wants to check which month has the most sales. So it's going to look after the month-wise data and extract the exact month out of the data set and thus have a conclusion. Number two is visualization from multiple data sets. So how amazing it is to have an aesthetically pleasing visualized data from a bulk of boring data set and have a single page visually, smartly and aesthetically telling you a story. And third is easily connects to many data sources. We can connect to multiple data sources like Excel, Azure, databases, etc., which leads us to have visual representation of the data. Now we are going to be talking about some examples of Power BI dashboard. But before that, we also need to know the disadvantages of it as well. So the three disadvantage we have is we cannot slice it, we cannot filter it, and we cannot make a dashboard in the Power BI desktop. However, we can create a report in the Power BI desktop. So these are the three disadvantages of the dashboard. Now here we are with the examples, which is very fun to look at. The first one is customer segmentation dashboard. So as we can see from the dashboard, we have profit, sales, total cost, order returns. So we can see the visual graph of sales by region, which gives us a brief idea about which region to target more. We have total orders by city and return. So these visuals helps the organization make vital business decisions. And the next one is sales analytics dashboard. So it evaluates profit, sales, performance, etc. Here on this dashboard, we have net profit, fulfillment, income, and expenses. This is the same example we had in our hands-on example, just the same, almost different terms. And the last one is the finance dashboard. We have cash balance, day pay outstanding. These all are finance related information and are amazing information benefiting to finance. That's why dashboards are very useful to any existing business organization. Why organizations use Power BI dashboard? So, marketing campaign insights dashboards are using dashboard to understand efficiency. Sales analysis dashboard are using it to understand the performance. Product sales dashboard are using dashboard to understand visualize the profitability, and email engagement analytics dashboards are using dashboard to analyze the data. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have more query to today's session, you can comment down below and we'll reach out to you at the earliest. If you want more detailed tutorial on Power BI dashboards, you can register yourself with our certification course on Power BI, link on the description. Thank you and happy learning.
I hope you have enjoyed listening to this video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries, and we will reply them at the earliest. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to Edureka channel to learn more. Happy learning!